second MP of the day. This is Mr. Graeme Morris, the MP for Easington. Graeme.
Thanks. Can you hear me? Excellent. It's a great pleasure to be. It's a great pleasure to be here, and thank you very much for inviting me. And it's a great pleasure to be following Barry Chambers, who I know has been an absolute stalwart of the campaign. I bring greetings here from East Durham. I'm proud to represent the communities of Easington, Hordern, Blackhall and those in South East Durham who look to Hartlepool for hospital services. It's Valentines Day, and it's a day traditionally that we spend with our loved ones, and we express the love to the institutions and the people that we care about. There's no greater love for any institution than the love that we all share for our National Health Service. Now, I know various speakers have come up here and made political pictures. Some have said they're not political. Well, I'm afraid I am. I'm a Labour MP, I'm proud of it. I'm a lifelong campaigner for the NHS. I worked in it. I bring regards and felicitations from my union, Unite. I also wish to express my pride and appreciation for the work that's carried out by the people who work in our National Health Service in Hartlepool and throughout the country. We owe them a great debt of honour. I also want to say how proud I was to be with the Jarrow marches and the 999 march for the NHS. The people who were walking in the footsteps of giants from Jarrow all the way to London. I didn't walk all the way. I saw them off from Jarrow and I walked the last mile from Holborn to Trafalgar Square. But it was a great honour to see those huge crowds, and it's testament to the high regard that the public have for our beloved National Health Service. And when we hear Conservative politicians saying that we have to be frugal, that we can't afford the best hospital care for our people here in the North East, well, I'm afraid they're absolutely wrong, because there are £70 billion in uncollected taxes. There are incredibly rich individuals and corporate entities who have paid no tax at all and employ expensive tax avoidance methods in order to deprive the Exchequer of money that could otherwise fund our public services. The questions that I ask in Parliament about health inequalities, about cancer services, about how we adequately resource and recruit GPs, it's down to a large degree to resources, but it's down to political will too. If we have the political will to spend £100 billion on the Trident submarine system, why can't we find the millions necessary to provide decent quality care for people here in Hartlepool and in East Durham? And the answer is, if there's a will, there's a way. And the truth is, the only way we're going to get that is if Ed Miliband is in Downing Street. Now, I tip my cap to the Greens and to all the progressives who are out there campaigning on left-wing platforms. But the truth is, we must have a Labour government if we're going to reverse these cuts. And the Tories will tell you that there's more money going into health service. Well, that may be true, but there's £3.5 billion that have been transferred into social care because councils like that one have had 40% cut from their budgets, and they've had to denude local government services in order to balance the books. So I'm under no illusions about the way forward. And in relation to Hartlepool Hospital, let me just say, because I know time's short and you've been very patient, but I want to say a few things about Hartlepool. What we've seen is a gradual salami-sized slicing of services, transferred from Hartlepool to North Tees and further afield. And that more disadvantages my people, Barry, Myrtle, June and all the others from East Durham who are here, than anybody from Hartlepool because of the travelling distances involved. And to me, I think it's an absolute outrage that, having been promised a brand new state-of-the-art facility, we're now looking at a botched compromise of a transfer of services bit by bit to North Tees. It's not acceptable. I don't support that. The policy of my constituency party from day one has been to resist that, and I reaffirm that. We're at a crossroads. the Momentum programme, it's a Hartlepool-based programme, hasn't delivered the promised new hospital. And in the circumstances, we really must begin the process of returning services to Hartlepool, including having the necessary funding, both capital and revenue, to achieve that. Thank you very much for your patience. I commit myself to that completely and unreservedly. And I just say, thank you for showing the love for our health service. Thank you for your support for the hospital and for the people who work in it. Thank you very much and have a happy Valentine's Day. God bless you all.
The MP for Easington, Mr. Graeme Morris. Before Michelle winds this morning's get-together up, we've got somebody who's going to be speaking very, very shortly on his story. A Hartlepoolian, a man from the town, would like to share his story with you. Ladies and gents, if I could introduce Mr. Carl Robertson. Carl.
Good afternoon, ladies and gents. Before I start, can I just thank you all for being very patient with us today, and if you could all remain with us for another 10 minutes approximately until we finish, it would be greatly appreciated from all the organisers of this event today. July last year, 3 months after I'd returned home, I had to have my son taken to a hospital. I thought it would be a local hospital to see a doctor right on our doorstep. This was not the case. I had to come all the way back from North Tees Hospital from visiting my grandfather with cancer to take my 17-month-old child to North Tees Hospital to be seen by a consultant. This is because I was informed by health visitors that we did not have a doctor in Hartlepool Hospital that could see my child in the Children's Day Unit. I call upon all councillors, prospective politicians and our current MP to return the services to our hospital. You have robbed Hartlepool of their health services. Ian Wright, you have been proven to be digging holes that Winnie is in a digger. Labour government is not needed in this town. Get a taxi for Ian. We ain't going to get our hospital back. If that man is in power another 5 years. Please vote and make your feelings known at the ballot box when it comes to May the 7th. Thank you all for listening.
There we go, a town man and a very, very passionate man, as you heard there, Carl Robertson. Ladies and gents, Save Our Hospital, the Valentine's Day rally is almost at an end. What I want you to make sure that you've done before you go today is to make sure that we have your signature on this board in front of the podium down here. Okay. And I would like to say that being from 102.4 Radio Hartlepool, we support our listeners and we support you in your cause to save our hospital. Without further ado, ladies and gents, to close today's gathering off, I'll introduce to you Michelle. Over to you, Michelle.
Hi everyone. I'd just like to say a massive thank you to everybody who's turned up today, to all our supporters, to all the parliamentary candidates and to all the speakers. A massive thanks to Keith Fisher, because without him we wouldn't be here today. I'm admin on the Town of Hartlepool Challenge page, and what we believe is we need our hospital back. We need it fully functioning and back to the 5-star rating it previously had. I'm not a speaker, I've never done this before, but what I do believe in is that with people power can make a difference. We all need our hospital for one reason or another. We've seen people really suffering with the loss of our hospital. Today, we've achieved something with all these people here, and I personally want to thank every single one of you. Also, a massive thanks to Middleton Grange for allowing us to stand here on their property and proceed with this event today. It hasn't been easy to organise, but it's not the last. We will be making a difference and we will be carrying on this fight. This is not the last you will hear of us. So without further ado, I would just like to thank you all and have a big round